Good? Good? Call the meeting to order. If everybody could rise, face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance, and then stay standing for the invocation. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Lord, we ask that you look over our association, its members, guide us in the good directions that would benefit our members. In your name we pray, amen. So we'll do the minutes from the previous meeting. Because of the special meeting, we'll do the previous board meeting first. So I'll entertain a motion if we've had a chance to look those over to approve the minutes from the board meeting on August 18th.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from August 18th.
I'll second.
Turn your mics on. They are recording, so turn your mics on. They are recording.
I'll do that again then.
No, you're fine. So we had a motion, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay. Motion carried. The minutes from the special board meeting on September 4th. I will entertain a motion to approve those minutes. Did we make sure that that's for the 30th? If you put them in there. I don't, it doesn't look like they're in there. Okay, so nope, I'll take a motion to approve the minutes from the special meeting.
I make a motion to approve the special board meeting minutes.
Okay, I got a motion, second.
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, opposed? Motion carried. Let me straighten my stuff out here. Financial report. Iverson?
You had an opportunity to pick up the financial report when you came in. Looking over the financial report, 6 of the 10 areas in the financial report, we're doing better than the budget. That means looks like we're going to meet the budget. And 5 of the 10 areas we are doing better than we did last year. And a particular note is the bottom total, 47,000 income through August, and last year we had 37,000, and we budgeted 25 for the year. That's it.
Any questions? Okay. Manager's report. Tracy?
The pool has been closed and winterized. At the beginning of the month, we aerated and overseeded the greens on the golf course. We are hiring for security guard position and road grader position. I'm sad to say we lost our road grader. He took a job with the county as they offered health insurance and retirement benefits. It's time to start getting information together for the newsletter. We'll need list of events for next year from committees, any golf tournaments that need scheduled, and biographies for open board position. We will have 1 open board position for Sugar Valley this year. All information needs to be turned into the office by the 1st of November. So on our foreclosures, this week our attorney is making a motion for default judgment in Lynn County. And then once that's approved, he'll file paperwork for directing sales of the foreclosed properties. In Bourbon County, he is filing the paperwork for the directing of sales on the 5 foreclosures we did. And that's all I have.
I guess I could just ask for that from you. Old business, covenants and restrictions updates. I don't know that we have anything on that. We still have, 2 people that have volunteered? And so we're still looking for volunteers for that. We would really like to get that going. I think the goal is to kind of get people from all over various areas. Did you want to input something on that?
There's 1 at Sugar Valley.
1 Sugar Valley. So that'll stay on as that progresses. The roads, I don't know that we need to do anything with that. We all know we lost a road grader that wasn't around very long, so he worked pretty hard in the 3 weeks he was here, so we'll get another one. We'll work on the process of getting one hired and put in there. And then on the fencing regulations, Justin, do you want to
Yeah, the
handle that one?
architectural committee didn't call a meeting and review the regulations like they'd planned, so I think we just take the slat fence part out of the fencing regulations and we move on. So, that said, I'll make a motion to remove the solid slatted fencing, allow half-inch slat width air spacing. Just remove that part of the sentence.
The half the board,
Half the board width, everything about the slat fencing, just remove it.
where it
Move
talks
on.
about the spacing specifically.
Yeah, that's all it talks about.
Was that a motion?
I'll make a motion to do that.
So that was a motion. Do we have a second?
Second?
Okay. Conversation? Do you have any idea what we're talking about?
I have an idea, but
So on our privacy fence, our current building fencing regulations say that if you put up a privacy fence, that the space between each board has to be half the width of the actual board you're putting up. So if you put up a 5 3/4 board, you have to have a 2.5-inch space between the fence. Well, it's not really a privacy fence. And so what we're asking is just to remove that spacing requirement from the building, or the fencing regulations.
thank you.
Have a second?
We had a second, so, I mean, if we all, I mean, we can vote if there's no other discussion. Okay, so motion second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? No? Okay, that carries, so we'll have to update
Okay.
all the
Regulation.
regulations, and then make sure that there's nothing in the descriptions as well. So, and then that one can go away. Executive session. I'm going to ask for 10 minutes. We're actually going to rotate this around. Greg Gwynn has a property line issue that has to deal with the association's property. So he is asked to speak to the board in management in an executive session for legal reasons. So I'm going to ask that we make a motion for 10 minutes to discuss legal reasons in executive session with Greg Gwynn.
I make a motion that we go into executive session for 10 minutes to discuss legal issues.
I'll second.
Second, okay. Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. We'll be back 10 minutes, guys, executive session.
first to school tomorrow morning, so I've got to go back
Do we
tonight.
need to tell
What's
them?
the best way to get back into the city?
Yeah, I'll go out there. Is there some?
From here, honestly, kind of over Mountain City.
Yeah, I just,
That's how you said it.
okay. I thought there might be some back road shortcut. It's down there.
Call the meeting back to order. Executive session, we just discussed property lines, no action was taken. New business, 7 Acre Dam. That's Tracy, so we're gonna pass that on to Tracy.
So we had our inspection on the 7 Acre Dam, and I printed you guys off the copy of it, and I just wanted to bring this up just so it could start getting talked about and worked on. We are out of compliance on the 7 Acre Dam, as our flood routing calculations indicate. Your dam is out of compliance due to hydraulic inadequacies. You're required to modify the dam to meet current hydraulic requirements. Now, I spoke with our engineer. I don't have the report yet, just the letter from the state.
You don't have the book yet?
I don't have the book yet, but I wanted to start having the conversations now so we could get the field work done, and there will be potential grants next year for high hazard dams as well we could apply for, but we need to have everything lined out so when that time comes to apply, we can get that funding.
Do you know, is that funding only dished out for once a year, or is that?
It's once a year, and we just got this in, so we've kind of missed our time frame for this year. It's due by October 1st, and there's no way to have the legwork and the quotes and the designs done up. We're not at a point now where they're gonna ultimately say anything about the lake, but we need to start getting it worked on till we're at that
So,
point.
just so everybody's clear, in 2017, after 2017, 4 of our dams at Sugar Valley were, well, the main dam was the high hazard dam that we had always had. In 2000, after 2017, the EPA came in and looked at our properties and said, you guys have an increased amount of population that has built on the water's edge. And because of that, that changes loss of property and life if the dams fail behind it. So that prompted the EPA to move up the 9 acre, the 7 acre, and the 3 acre to be high hazard dams as well. So the association as a whole at Sugar Valley has 4 high hazard dams now. The benefit to that is that gives us some additional funding, grants, those things like we partaked in the main lake when we did those dam repairs. The problem with that is there's some funding that has to come before we get to the point of getting the grant, so.
Yeah, so I just wanted to put that out there so it's something we can start thinking about.
Yeah, I mean, I've now read this, and it seems like you could almost break it up into 2 categories. Category 1 is going to cost a lot of money. Category 2 are improvements that I think need to be done to maintain the dam. So I'm all for you starting the process and seeing what the budget's going to be and ultimately how much assistance we can get.
Okay.
You know, I think we're gonna have no choice.
Yeah.
And just so we all understand that the 7 acre has these issues and the 3 acre has issues as well. So it's not just limited to 7 acres, so.
Well, I think
We haven't gotten the 3 acres reports back yet.
No, they haven't inspected it
that was
yet.
part of our inspections and things we've been to already. We kind of figured there was going to be some upcoming.
Yeah, there's been some washouts in that has occurred over the last couple of years, so we'll get on that and I mean, probably within a year.
Yeah, well, and I've talked to him some. And Dan's gonna look it over and maybe communicate with him too, as that's more in his wheelhouse. But,
The problem
When-
is I don't think we can get too far on the second side
Yeah.
without knowing
well, when
the
it
extent of the
was,
first one.
when it was put in, it wasn't a high hazard dam. And now with the requirements and the regulations, the spillway pipe is not big enough and the dam is too short. We need to raise the dam height a foot, is what I'm told.
So the pipe isn't bigger?
Yeah,
That doesn't sound like a fun repair.
no,
It doesn't sound like a sleeve job.
no. So,
Okay.
but- yeah.
Let me put this as a note. Okay, you'll work on that.
Yeah, I'll work on that and I'll follow up with Dan and with Frank and give you updates as we go.
Okay, we'll have
There's
updates on that
updates.
one, as that takes progress. Greg Gwynn, we've already dealt with, and then Jennifer,
I don't know.
they're not here, so we're not gonna go on to that. So, as far as new business, that's it, unless any of you guys had anything else. Mike, Justin? Nothing? Okay. Committee reports? Anybody with committee reports? Becky?
For the Sugar Valley Grant Committee, did hard work on boat races, they were a success on the race weekend. All kids got prizes and it was fun. We have the Sugar Valley Fall Festival this next weekend on the 20th. We're gonna have the craft flea market, a lot of those vendors and crafts that are gonna be showing up. From 8 to 5, and the car shows from 9 to 2. We got the watermelon contest for kids. I think that was at 3:30.
I don't remember the time.
3 or 3:30. I have to look again and we'll post that. We have pie in the face results will happen that day. That's on the board members that are up there, and then Tracy. So far, it looks like Mike Iverson has the most in his.
He's got the heaviest box.
The most weight.
It's like a brick, so I don't know what he did, but.
I might have to go with an actual box for it, but, so that'll happen. We're gonna do kind of things, it'll be shortly after 4 o'clock, after we get the counting done. We have we're raffling off baskets up at the clubhouse. It's $1 a ticket, or 25, or 25 to $20. We're gonna have a bounce house up there, thanks to the Barretts. They are going to donate the bounce house and slide, for the Fall Festival. We're gonna have the cornhole, snowboard shoes, rock painting. So we're gonna have some of those. We're trying to control kid or family oriented, so that it's, more enjoyable for everybody. The Halloween, October 18th is our Halloween festival thing that we have going off. That's also the chili cook-off. We do the trunk or treat and the hay ride that day as well. Water aerobics and bingo have brought in $62.
Water
Tracy?
Water aerobics.
And bingo was at 62?
I think so.
She doesn't know.
I think it was 62 roughly, this last month for us, so that's been really good. We encourage guys to continue coming to bingo, Donna likes seeing everybody there. Next year, we are looking for new activities or family-friendly, fun activities that we haven't done in the past. We need to have that done, obviously, years early, because you guys never work, we have to have our own time. And then fundraising for next year, it was early, but if anybody wants to volunteer for that, that would be fantastic.
Okay.
I'm done.
Any other committees?
Got one question for you. The upcoming fish fry, is the association paying for the sheriff deputies, or is the rec committee paying for the sheriff? It's the 27th of this month,
Tracy will get with the sheriffs, arrange all that. For this one, I think the association's gonna cover, and then we'll figure it out going forward where that's at.
What time is that?
What time was that?
7, usually 7. 7 to 10, 11.
That's what I was told.
And while we're on the fish fry, that is the 27th?
7th, right?
That's the 27th is the fish fry here at Hidden Valley. I will make a note on that. There is the possibility that on that fish fry that there may be 3 or more board members present. Business will not be discussed during that event. So that's the official announcement on that. So anything else on committees?
The audit committee will be meeting this coming Friday at Sugar Valley at 9 o'clock in the morning to go over the financials for the previous 4 months.
Okay, you good? Any other committee reports? We were gonna make an announcement, yeah, go ahead.
The publicity committee, we still need you guys to send in pictures. We gotta get these calendars going early this year.
Publicity committee's looking for pictures. We didn't announce the October 6th. We did. So on October 6th, we are calling a budget review workshop for the association. That will be held at Sugar Valley Lake, and that will be at 6:30 p.m. That meeting will not be recorded, and it will just be a workshop. I'm getting a weird look, so 6th. Yeah. So October 6th, Sugar Valley Lake, Clubhouse, 6:30 p.m., and that would be for a budget workshop.
And you guys are discussing the budget, you guys are running the meeting, or you have people there for input, or just?
I mean, you can show up, but most of it's going to be going over numbers.
So I thought tonight's meeting was going to be all night.
We were going to announce when that budget hearing was.
You were going to what?
We were going to announce the date of the budget hearing.
Oh,
Because we thought by then we'd have the people lined up to put that in place. And no more committee reports, so we'll do open forum. Member in good standing, 2 minutes or less. So, do we have, did you have this down here?
I have one up there, I don't know if anybody's signed up.
Oh, we got sign-up sheets too.
Anybody for open forum? Nope, okay. Oh, go ahead, Earl.
Earl Cap, Acre Dam Inspection. Two things you did not mention anything about tonight in the meeting. You talked about your dams over there. Ours is almost washed away. How come we don't talk about that?
You've been on that one, haven't you?
Yeah,
It's been this way for about 3 years now.
yeah, and I think earlier this year, we made a policy where we're gonna start doing our own inspections, and this fall, when mowing cuts off, I think the plan was to have our maintenance guys inspect them and assess them, maybe do some work,
Come in, cut
Plant
trees, and
trees.
look plans.
Yeah.
plant grass. That was kind of the plan, Earl.
The other thing you mentioned, nothing about it like that. You don't mention where it's at, what we're doing with it, where your inspection fee or anything. That's not what
That's because on the budget sheet, on the very last line item, as requested by members, our line of credit was added on there. So, any other open forum? Nope, if there's nobody else, we'll take a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, I got a motion, second.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned.